Hello, ThinkPad fans and ThinkPad connoisseurs. This is Saucy James with Catched episode. It's been a while. All right, it's been a long time. And today we got our W550s. This is my, a little bit dirty. It's been a while since I used this machine. It has a, what is this called? It has a vinyl wrap, a chameleon carbon fiber. I got it off of Amazon by Vivid. I also put it on my Prius on the center console, and it looks kind of sweet in certain angles, but if when you look at the details, it's not that nice. Where to begin about this machine? Well, I bought it for parts in about 2019. I was in between jobs. I was working at the post office as a rural carrier associate, or RCA, at Temecula, and I chose an hour commute instead of a 20 or 15-minute one because they said I was going to work there a lot, and no. And I was stupid about transferring and all that crap. So I bought this machine. I got a little loan. I bought this machine, a W520, a W530, and I also got a MacBook Pro 2011 15-inch with measly specs. It was utter garboni. But this machine, as you see right here, is the one that's kept. MTM, what is this MTM? 20CJ. Oh yeah. The all the newer ThinkPads, I think from 2014 maybe 2013 and later, they have like a 20 something something MTM. Previous ones use like the IBM kind of arrow, the four numbers, and then you got the three alphanumeric. Now it's 20. It's 20 with two numbers or alphanumeric, I don't know, and then a bunch of other crap after that. So yeah, I got it from, I want to say it was from Human IT. Hold on a second. These fans are going crazy. I just love Windows Update. It 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 every computer I've had Windows Update. Oh, fans at 100%, CPU at 100% to do whack ass updates. It's so annoying. And I should use Linux, I know. And the W550s is also troubled by it as well. Let's do the numbers. I think I spent about $130 on this machine. I bought a hard drive cable for either $15 or $25. I spent too much money on it. That's all I thought of because other ThinkPads that I've used don't have you just it the hard drive connector goes directly to the motherboard. So this is one of the first ones I came across, which had a cable you needed as well. So it didn't come included with it. Human IT, they I think they put there was 2 gigs of DDR3 RAM. This requires DDR3L RAM, low voltage, and when I first started it up, I had a 45-watt power supply or AC adapter, and it didn't turn on. I then opened it up because there's no point in opening it up without testing a test for power first. Opened it up, I saw the RAM was bad, or it had the wrong RAM, so I swapped. I think it had like a 4 gig or 8 gig DDR3L. Swapped that in, and I was getting a power error or something. I'm not sure what it was. The keyboard was blinking. It was glowing. Okay, so I was thinking it was like some sort of error code. And now, previously, Lenovo and IBM, they had indicator lights on their ThinkPads, and now they don't have that no more. You get a green dot for power and a red light on the ThinkPad I. So the indicator lights, they would blink at you. So 1331 meant you had bad RAM. And this one, I don't know what it what the code was, but I had more RAM to test. And my T430S, which has the IPS mod on it, I took out that RAM, put it in my W550s that I just got, and it didn't really turn on because this machine was pretty jacked up. The power button was a pain in the butt because of the magnesium frame that it had. It broke on the right where the power button was at, and it also had like a weird ribbon cable that connects power to it. Now, previous ThinkPads that were six row and 7 row, almost all of them had the power button with the keyboard. So you replace if you couldn't have it. It's really hard to get a bad power button replacement because the keyboard was pretty freaking reliable when it came to powering on. And I don't really know of many ThinkPads that have bad keyboards. Same with I never really came across any Dell Latitudes with bad keyboards or HP EliteBooks. Now the consumer one's is a different story, but that's because they're in consumer environment versus business. So I had to fidget with the power connector. Eventually, I would get it working right, and then I would put the palmers on, or the top, the bezel, the keyboard bezel, I should say. And that would mess up sometimes. So eventually, I would just cut the top part of it, and I fiddled with it later for it to work. It turned on. I used Part of Magic at the time to see if the screen was working good. It was a glossy screen, and it was the 3K panel, which is a big score. I think at the time, if I was specifically looking for a 3K W550s, it was about $270 or $300 or more in 2019. I have a ThinkPad price guide that is not updated when this video is coming out. It's July 2021, but this link here or there, I'm not sure where, goes to my website thinkpads.com, where I research prices of ThinkPads of a lot of models, about over 180 models and counting. Okay, I do it for fun. Because KTGE, I'm not sure what they're KTG. I don't know how to say it, but they used to do a ThinkPad guide, and they stopped. I started doing one, and there's some other people that do some too. Yeah, the flame has to go somewhere. So I've been lacking. I wanted to do the guide every 3 months. Now it's going over half a year, 6 or 7 months. Yeah, something that happened a year back ago that made everything all weird. That made prices of all laptops go up. So, like this machine, I don't know if this machine was really affected. I know, yeah, it was. It went up. So, yeah. Let's go back to fixing it up. I fixed it up, got it working, tested it. I had a MacBook Pro that I wanted to use a lot and wanted to do video editing on. I put like awesome RAM and all that stuff on it. And when I was transitioning jobs, I became a process server in San Diego. And I was doing a lot of traveling around the county because I had to give summons or do paper deliveries, court research and all that stuff in El Cajon, Vista, Chula Vista, and in downtown. So that's where my Google Maps photos and reviews went up, because I was able to take lunch pretty much around any time. I was able to manage it myself. If I didn't, I don't know. Yeah, I would sometimes get overworked past 2 hours, but it was bad for me to do that. But the company never paid me overtime for the time worked. Anyway, I'm getting a weird tangent. So this laptop kicked the 2011 MacBook Pro's ass, obviously, because it's 5th gen versus 2nd or 3rd. I don't know what it had. Yeah, 2012 or 2011, I should say. I think it was second gen. And yeah, I take my the camera's being recorded. My Nikon D7200S. I take photos of buildings when I go for a walk. I go for a 10-minute break, take a walk, a stroll anywhere around downtown San Diego or Carlsbad or all that good stuff. Take a cool photo. This machine edited it. I use Lightroom. The 3K panel is really nice, almost all the way. As far as color quality is great, and pixel density is amazing. In contrast, I've used my Pixelbook and my what's the other laptop I have? My T430S. Okay, so the B140 HAN 01.3 is probably one of the best 14-inch screens I came across. I never came across an OLED display yet, or AMOLED, whatever. No, OLED is the one to go. And I've yet to come across, what's that new technology, mini LED yet. So until I get a ThinkPad X1 tablet, or I think ThinkPad X1 Yoga with that OLED screen, I'll be in heaven, and that will probably be my #1 video editing thing, because of the colors and all that shit. But for now, I use my W550 for photo editing, T460p for video editing and gaming. And I play League of Legends. Okay, I'm not really that good at it, and my God, does W550S struggle with that game. I would play on max settings, 3K, and it would be not the best frame rates. Do mid-low, and it would be a little bit better. Drop it down to 1080p. It could do medium-high with a maybe 25 to 30 framework. For some odd reason, did I already say this already? I'm not sure, but some odd reason, this machine, probably the reason why it's even being sold was that it cannot really do frame rates pretty well. When it comes to YouTube videos, it doesn't seem to do like a constant 30 frames per second. And I also watched Formula 1 on a certain website, and that framework's not really that good sometimes. It's really weird because I had a Dell Latitude E7240, which is a 12-inch Ultrabook, and that seemed to do video to play video better than this machine. I'm not sure why. There's some weird. It might be because I didn't do a clean install of my operating system, so that might be it. But yeah, the fan on that machine pushes all the way to the right. Previous W series, it was left and above, so it'll be on the left side, and it'll shoot it left in the rear. So far away from if you're right-handed, it's far away from your right hand. If you're left-handed and you had a left-handed mouse, you might get some of the heat, but if you just bring your hand a little bit more down, it wouldn't. But see, this fan, well, it's a little bit closer to the center, so your right hand gets cooked, which isn't that. With my hand, I have my hand usually gets cold a lot if I'm on the mouse all the time, or even on the track point. So it's a good heater during winter, but when it's summer, yeah, I got to divert the fan somehow with something. But yeah, the machine likes to run pretty hot too, which is kind of bad, but it doesn't throttle, which is good. However, okay, I swear I saw somewhere someone did thermal like photo or something, or did a benchmark, and this thing goes to like 98, 100. And it doesn't throttle, okay? It's ready to melt itself, which it has yet to, which is awesome, okay? Single heat sink, single CPU or dual core. This thing is a weird duck because because the W series, I've had a W700DS, didn't have a W701, but I don't think I had a W510, but I had a T510, same thing. W520, W530, I've had a few of them, and W500s, I've had a few and flipped, and I actually got one right now that has a BIOS lock that I gotta fix. It was my dad's. W540 and 541 I've yet to come across. I want to try them out to compare to this machine. I don't know. I might, if I max out a W540 or W541 with a better processor, I might sell this machine. But the 3K swap I might do. And I also think that 3K panel was the same one used on the T560 and the P50s. I'm not sure if it was used on the P50. If there was I don't know. No, I think you had a 4K display on those ones. But yeah. Where was I going at again with this? Oh yeah, the performance. I swear that the T440p that I had with the dual core i5 has better performance than this ULV dual core i7. I swear it does. Even though this is a better CPU, I swear I did better video editing on that T440p that one time compared to the 5 or 6 videos I tried to do video editing on this for. Yeah, it's not that good. So that's why I only use it for Photoshop. I think when I do that HDR photo merge crap, it takes about a minute to do 5 photos, but about maybe half a minute to do 3 photos, I want to say. Just doing the whole setup and all that stuff. I want to say it's been a while since I did the video edit. Since I did that edit, I know when I had that 2011 MacBook Pro, it took about 3 minutes to do that. Yeah. So my machine, I liked it a lot. I actually used it for a very long time, for the 2 years. I used it with the broken frame. I took it everywhere with me. I would use my Pixelbook a lot more because it was lighter on my bag and on me. But I'd take it to bars and all that stuff, and yeah, I just used it ugly, how it was. Right now, it has that carbon fiber wrap, and I spilled water on it before, but it survived that, so what can you say? What else about the machine? Oh yeah, so when I got that unemployment money for a certain thing that happened, and they gave us $600 or $500 per week or whatever. Yeah, I was making more than the process server job that I was doing. And so I bought a battery. I think I spent about $80 on an OEM battery. The keyboard I spent, I want to say 50 or $60. Originally, I was looking for a frame for this machine, and it was like $70 when I was looking at it. But when I searched for a keyboard, because I was going to do a keyboard and then a frame and then a palm rest, when I did a search for the keyboard, it was the keyboard, palm rest, keyboard bezel, whatever, and the magnesium frame. It was all in one for like 50 or $60. During shipping, something weird happened with the key, so one of the keys is actually bad, and I swapped it from the other keyboard I have. So I have a spare W550s keyboard that I'm probably going to source for on, like, if I get any of the 2014 or newer ThinkPads. But then again, it's like winning the lottery when it comes to the keys, because they're all a little bit different. Even though when I swapped it, it was different keys. And what else am I gonna talk about? I think that's about it. That's my So yeah, we'll go with that. It did. Oh, and then so with all the money I spent on, I probably saved about $80 had I bought one used, all the way. It was still $80 after, with the coronavirus prices, it went up. But even then, with the old prices, the prices didn't really fluctuate that much. So yeah, I like the machine, even though it's not that awesome gaming machine. I don't use it as much as I did with my T430S or my W700DS. I use my Pixelbook more for photo stuff, but for when it comes to, oh yeah, the 3K panel. The mouse on this machine, oh my gosh, I need the big mouse, okay, but when I do the middle scroll, it'll default back to the little mouse, the little mouse icon. Oh my gosh, it's, I don't know, I honestly, I and then oh yeah, and then for a while it was doing like a glitch graphics one where it was like low res graphics, and it was a big mouse. So it's funny to see. It's funny to see. It every time it updates, it's something new. So, but since I really don't use it other than editing photos, which does pretty good. Main reason why, I don't know, that the I don't have the best panel for this T460p, and for my Pixelbook, uh, I have to use a USB-C adapter, and I don't know. I just I did buy the pen for the Pixelbook, but I just got it didn't matter to me anymore. So yeah, that's my cached rant about my W550s. I'm gonna be hopefully making more videos. I'm gonna try to make 2 every week. I don't know if it's even gonna happen, but video edit one day. I don't know. Record in one day, video edit and B-roll on the second day. So let me know what you think about the W550s. Oh yeah, I use the 2.5 inch SATA drive for it. There is like a M SATA drive, but Lenovo was weird because they had this. It became the M.2 and not M SATA, and so it's just like a pain in the ass, really. And oh yeah, speakers on the machine. I think I need to replace the speakers because one side is louder than the other. That's how my T430S is. And yeah, other than that, it's a pretty decent machine. Carbon fiber wrap makes it look special, I guess. But I guess I'm gonna hold it on for a while because there's no point in me trying to sell it. And yeah, who cares? I have, that's another one, another ThinkPad to have. So maybe when I get a better photo video editing thing, I want to get a P70 or P71 or P72, one of those machines. Then I might sell that. But until then, who knows? So this is Saucy James logging out. Might do a video about this machine later. Might talk about old retro ThinkPads. Might ruin the prices of old ThinkPads when I talk about them. But hey, what can you do? So I'll see you all later. Bye bye.